My screen just went down for a second. I'm seeing if I can get it restored.
Alright, give me a kiss because I'm going to lay down. That's Move me. Run blue.
I thought his stuff was copyright free. I guess it's not. Oh my goodness, stop crying. You want to play? You know what you want to do? Sound like a little bitch. Yeah. Sound like a little bitch. You do. You do. Okay. My goodness, you're so silly. You're so silly. Oh, goodness. Unindoctrinated disconnected. Oh, yeah, we're done with that. We're done with the mark for tonight. Apparently I wasn't doing enough commentary. Hear this puppy? That's all you can hear, probably. My goodness. What? What?
Alerted by one of you guys in the comment section in my last video to take a look at the McCurtain County Sheriff's Department Facebook page and see who does settings. It was under my pinned comment. It's Bo Kane says read the MCSD Facebook page response, and I hadn't yet. So I go over the McCurtain County, and by the way, this is just to get you up to speed if you haven't seen it. This is from my last video. Or the second to last video. I don't know which one it was. Days are flying off the calendar like crazy. It's this one right here. Hidden might catch a sheriff and some council members plotting the murder of two journalists who formerly had said things that the sheriff's department didn't like. Apparently, or allegedly. Is that what we're supposed to say to keep our butts out of legal hot water? By the way, if you want to support this channel and you want to bypass the super chat, the Cash App is, well, I thought the Cash App was up there. I don't know. Cash App and Subscribe Star are up there, and the links are in the description below. But I wanted to go over this because this is really important. If there was a plot by the sheriff and a couple commissioners, 4 people in the room supposedly, if there was a plot to off some journalists because of some journalistic work that they didn't like, that's a serious problem. And that doesn't necessitate that the people who plotted step down from their position, but rather they be met with some serious, swift justice, in my opinion. So I'm going to go over this. I'm going to read this from the McCurtain County Facebook page. I've got the link as the first link in the description, so you can follow along if you want to. But the McCurtain County Sheriff's Office says, and by the way, it's one of the sheriff was in the room.
Got the big club.
This guy right here, last name Clarity. He was in the room, and he's the one who offered his excavation services to get rid of the bodies. And the other guy said, no, you don't have to do that because the holes are already pre-dug. We don't need any excavation. Everything's all set. It's plug and play. So we're going to read this, and we're going to go over some comments, but we're going to do it in a roundabout way because the McCurtain County Sheriff's Office does not love the First Amendment, and they don't want to hear from the constituency. They don't want to hear from the citizens. They don't want to hear from fellow Americans. They turned off the comments to this press briefing right here, this statement. Can you guys hear me okay? What's up, John Eagle? Reluctant Prophet, how you doing? Enforce the Bill of Rights. Travis is here. Daryl, Unvaxxed Unvaxxed America. Sammy's here. Are you kidding me? Is also here. So can you guys hear me okay? I don't want to go on without Unvaxxed America. Yeah, it sounds okay. I've had mic problems in the past. In the last 72 hours, they say, they have been amongst the most difficult and disruptive in recent history. This is a very complex situation and one we regret having to address. Actually, it's a very, very simple situation. There's no complexity involved in it. The reason they want complexity involved in it is because they want to appeal to the Oklahoma Security of Communications Act, Title 13, to get their butts out of a sling and get out of hot water. In my opinion, there is and has been an ongoing investigation into multiple significant violations of the Oklahoma Security of Commissions Act, Title 13, Chapters 176.3 and 176.4, which states it is illegal to secretly record a conversation where they're plotting the murder of journalists in which you are not involved and do not have the consent of at least one of the involved parties. So they're making this mountain out of this. The mountain is actually the plotting of murder.
Guy recording is a consent.
Is the violation of some Security Communications Act. And you kind of expected them to do this because this is law enforcement.
But it's a meeting.
And they got to come
That's
up
right.
with
The guy left the recorder behind, but
why
still,
they
it's
engaged
a
in criminal
public
activity
meeting.
and why they shouldn't be the ones to go to jail for it. If it's all as it appears, could the journalists have doctored the audio? Yes. Could we be hornswoggled and hoodwinked by the journalists? Yes. Could the sheriff's department be telling the truth that these recordings were doctored? I guess. It's not likely because cops and politicians aren't known for telling the truth. There's a significant number of victims of this criminal activity, and it has taken a significant effort and time to identify them and corroborate evidence. Then they say many of these recordings, like the one published by media outlets on Friday, have yet to be duly authenticated or validated. Our preliminary information indicates that the media released audio recording has in fact been altered. Dun, dun, dun. They're not going to tell you how it was altered. The motivation for doing so remains unclear at this point. So they're already trying to set up as a foregone conclusion that the audio recording that the journalists took to the media, which identified the sheriff and the commissioners plotting the murder of said journalist, has been doctored. Therefore, we must investigate. And this is criminal activity on its face because they recorded us and we didn't know they were recording us in a private meeting when they weren't supposed to be having private meetings, from what I understand. That matter is actively being investigated. In addition to being illegally obtained, the audio does not match the transcription of that audio and is not precisely consistent with what has been put into print. No examples. Multiple agencies are assisting in this ongoing investigation. As a result of the press release, and keep in mind, this press release, but this probably did too, but the audio recording and the media publishing the audio recording and pointing the finger at the sheriff and the commissioners made it all the way to the governor's office, to where the governor of Oklahoma, Kevin Stitt, made a statement. As a result of the press release that went out on Friday, a large number of threats of violence, including death threats. I don't condone any of that. That's just ridiculous. You gotta be stupid anyway to call up use your phone, whether it's a cell phone or a landline or whatever, call up a sheriff's department and start making death threats. That's just utterly stupid. You know how easy that can be tracked and traced, and you be swatted the very next day, if not within hours. Dumb. Anyway, death threats have been made against county employees and officials, their families, and friends. Again, I don't endorse any of that. That's ridiculous. There will be. Why put yourself in that position? Why put your family in that position? There will be continued press releases from this agency. Makes me wonder. I wonder if there really will be. As the investigation comes to a close and findings are forwarded to the appropriate authorities for felony charges to be filed on those involved. Involved in what? Plotting the murder? No, those involved in recording the plotting of a murder. And then I uncovered this before. Let me just show you real quick. McCurtain County Sheriff's Office limited who can comment on this post. Well, of course they did, because they don't care about free speech. They don't care about what the American people think about this. They don't want to hear what you have to say. But we're going to hear what you have to say, because we're going to go into the post below it, and people are going to be commenting on this post, wanting to comment on this post. But before we do, let me just show you there's a wiretapping sort of law from what I've uncovered with my limited research in Oklahoma. Are recorded conversations admissible in Oklahoma? Generally, yes. This is from davisbusinesslaw.com. Lawfully obtained relevant evidence is generally admissible. In Oklahoma, it is legal to record a conversation if at least one party to the conversation knows about and consents to the recording, which has always kind of been a head scratcher for me, because if you're the recording party, you're one party, and then the other parties that you want to record are the other party. So of course you're going to know about it, because you're the one who pushed the record button. Unless I'm missing something there. In other words, if a person secretly records a conversation with another person, that recording is lawful. If a person secretly records a conversation two unaware people are having, that recording is unlawful.
Dude,
Okay.
I opened
I
the
get
index.
I got it.
And like at the very top of it.
So
there's,
Oklahoma recording law,
CSS.
Oklahoma Security of Commissions Act, or OSCA.
Are you just happy not to be
makes it
dealing with a
illegal to
video? That's what it
record
sounds
an
like.
in-person or telephone conversation
Dude,
without the consent of at
I'm
least
just gonna
one
be
party,
honest.
I
or to
will
record
wrap
a
this shit
communication
up,
with criminal
help
or
people connect it to
tortious
whatever the fuck
intent.
they want.
Tortious just means
Right?
like
Yeah.
Ill intent or wrong intent.
And if you want me to support it
That
for you,
means
if you want
if a
friends
party
and codes to
records
support
another
it for you,
party, if the recording party intends to
throw
use
us a
that
dollar.
recording for
Yeah.
something
We'll
like
put a server up.
blackmail or extortion,
Right.
how about just for reporting?
We will set up a
How about you're
PayPal
just
account
using it to
or a
say
Stripe account
to
or something like that.
tell the public what public
And,
servants are saying behind
homie
closed doors?
pays
What about that?
monthly.
The only intent
gets
is
taken
to get
care
the
of monthly.
information out. I don't know.
Right.
They don't really speak to that. Making the
We
recording
support you.
itself unlawful, breaking the OSCA is a felony punishable by
This goes a lot
fine
easier
or
to read
imprisonment.
through.
What about
shit.
aspiring to murder? Is that punishable if you're a public servant, or do you have qualified immunity?
It
and that
just looks a
qualified
lot better.
immunity
6K?
covers you
I mean,
and keeps you
I
away from all the
think we're getting
consequences.
started.
of it. The OSCA also applies to text messages and emails. The law defines
47
wireless
follows a
communication as
pattern that's
any
predictable in
transfer of
this.
signs, signals, warnings, images, sounds, data, or intelligence of any
Dude, I looked at a
according
video
to
and
this
I'm
Title
like,
13.
it's just a little bit lower.
176.2, which is what the McCurtain County statement actually cites. 176.3 actually.
Look, man, I've already been singing
So
way
what
too
are some
much
people,
praise
what are
for
people
him.
saying about this? And that's why I wanted to go.
He's going to think I'm a poster child, a fan child.
I would like to try to limit the conversation to just
A
this
poster
right here,
child
just
of
so
why
we can
you
keep
don't
everything
answer
nice and
questions on this.
nice and tight. Let's see. The back note says, if any of us said what they said, we'd be labeled as domestic violent extremists, racist, terrorists, white supremacists, and
Davis
Nazis.
to us as you are to him.
At KNOTCs.
Oh.
And then we'd most likely end up in Gitmo. Yep, exactly.
I
But
mean-
because we're not public servants, because we're just the regular citizenry, because we're the common folk, because we're the lower class on the totem pole, and we don't have qualified immunity, we'll get treated
And then, like,
different
right
than
now,
the political and the
my chat
policing
bot went
class.
away.
But I do want to show you that there are comments that are being made about this situation. This right here has nothing to do. This post right here has nothing to do with the situation, and yet, if you go to the comments section, you see a whole bunch of comments that they probably don't want you to see, and they'll probably, I don't know if they will, but they might, because they already have a history of doing this, they might get rid of all the comments under all of their posts on their Facebook page, because somebody's going to find one post that they did that they didn't delete the comments on, and they're going to start commenting on that. Why? Because people want to know the truth. They want to get to the bottom of it. They want to see justice done. And if it's true that the sheriff and the commissioners conspired against the lives of 2 journalists for whatever reason, that's a public interest story.
It's not like you have
and
to
everybody
break
needs to
into
know
the
what kind of
computers
people these are.
to get-
Why? So they can be dealt with appropriately.
Okay.
So I'm
These
just
stupid
all I'm asking
motherfuckers
for is
pasted,
justice.
right?
This is
Why
in
do you
my
think
state.
I want to pull some shit off the screen, guys?
I don't care, even if it was in your state.
Why
This
do
is
you
in
think when I
America.
show some
And
of
this
these
should
things,
not be allowed to
as soon as I
stand.
shut
I
the
don't care
screen down,
who you
I'm
are. I don't
changing
care what your
keys, you know,
political
the fucking
affiliation
keys
is.
are
I don't care what your position is in life. If you're a sheriff, if you're a
This is
governor, if you're a
pasted,
senator, if
right?
you're the
This
president of
password
the
looks
United
to be for a
States,
server
you should
for
you should be
Amazon in
punished just
Sweden.
like
Everybody should be punished on this. This person says, I look forward to the arrest of the McCurtain County Sheriff.
Alright, it's time to.
Fucking didn't charge that other one at all. The fuck? Nice. Dude. Why do I keep timing out? I'm not paying attention. I think it was stoned. Not even stoned. Unindoctrinated is killing it. Interesting. No, sorry, no more Mark. Well, shoot. You're out of the way. This is Chuck Bronson. Welcome. Hmm. Okay, snoring. Yeah, I'm out. gut shot here. I need it. You have the straight. Yeah, there we go. Come on, some nines. Give me some nines. Nine. Give me a nine. Fuck. Somebody's got an ace or jack. Yeah, 3 jacks. Jesus. Like pocket nines. Yeah, done. Fucking out. Second to last both games tonight. Spring got taken down. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm gonna crash. It's getting late here. Almost 2 o'clock. Play my song.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe, I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma